'cause I've been living life right, like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Here are the release notes for the newest update, and this newest update, which you can see is downloading right now, and then it's going to be installed on the car. This is 2024.3.10. This is the FSD, now it says Supervised right there, 12.3.3. So previously my car got 12.3.2.1, and now we're at 12.3.3. So let's go ahead and take this one for a test drive. It looks like the only new information on these screens is this here where it says pull down on the drive stalk and press right on the scroll wheel on the S and the X. And it looks like now you don't have the dual pull option. It is only a single pull. Now, before we do the test drive, I want to say that in this later version, which I haven't actually tested yet, is this new Autopark. So when you're going through a parking lot or something like that, slowly you will be able to park in designated spots, and it will actually show it in between cars. And I do plan on testing this in this video as well, so stay tuned for that. So we can see that on the screen, some parking spots are illuminating. And so now I have the option to park now that I've passed that spot. And so we are in between two cars in that spot. So I'm going to hit this button, and now it says Autopark is ready. So before we continue on with the FSD beta testing, let's try this Autopark out. So it does look like it's going to back into the spot here. So here are rear cameras, so we can see, and it is depicting all the cars, and I would say moving pretty quickly. I saw a couple videos of this before, and it moved rather slowly. Getting close to that pole back there. I hope it sees it. It does see it. You can see by it red right here. Autopark complete. So that was pretty fast. Now, some other videos that I did see of previous software updates, still on this newer single stack version, it would park really slow. So that was in between two cars, and I would say really quickly. So here we have a spot next to a curb. Let's see if that'll pop up to park. So now, because it is a spot, start. And now it looks like it's going to back into this spot here. It almost looks like it prefers to back into a spot. After this test here, we're going to see if we can get it to pull into a spot. Backing up here, plenty of room over there next to the curb. Now it straightens out. And again, really quickly backing up, really quickly parking. I'm not speeding this video up at all, and parking is already complete. So that is really quick by the FSD beta there, doing the Autopark. So I'm gonna push it into drive. I'm gonna pull out of the parking spot again, and I'm gonna try one of these parking spots over here. So as I'm going slow, this one pops up. So if I tap, okay, so now I can start, and I've selected this spot right here next to this car, and it looks like it is going to back in. So this might be a little bit trickier. It's almost like I might have primed the car, but it's choosing to back in yet again. Now, of course, if you are testing this, make sure you keep your hands on the wheel or be ready to take over, just like Tesla recommends, at any moment. So really quickly reversing here and doing a good job, definitely directly in the middle of this parking spot. And now it is complete. Really impressive, and I cannot wait until it drops me off at my destination. This was a roundabout, and then I can select a parking spot, or it will just go and pick its own parking spot. So now if we do pull out and we drive around this parking lot, you can see that there's plenty of parking spots available, and it is identifying these parking spots. Nothing up here yet, although we can see up here that it is parking spots, I think because there is no vehicles up there. So now it identifies that these are all parking spots, which is cool, because then we can select any parking spot that we would like. So now we're going to engage autopilot. And with autopilot engaged, you can see that I guess we're going too fast for it to pick up one of these parking spots. I would like to see or I'm guessing that's going to come in a future update where you're going to be in FSD through a parking lot, you've reached your destination, and then you can hit the park button. Left turn there and a right turn coming up here at the stop sign, so it is going to come to a full stop. I have done some testing on this 12.3.3 and it is pretty quick. Now we are going to, after the full stop, right turn signal comes on and we make the right turn. It does do a nice job for driver comfort going over that little curb area that is a bump, and it was going nice and slow for me. Yellow light here, so we are going to stop. Green light and it quickly accelerates. Again, I haven't changed any setting. This is on assertive, so that's the most aggressive form of the FSD beta. Right turn here, getting into the right hand lane, across this bike lane, no issues whatsoever, no hesitation. Green light, so it should just make the right hand turn quickly, and it does. Excellent job. Green light here, and it's going to continue straight through. No hesitation whatsoever. Excellent job. Now transitioning over into the left-hand lane. Also a good lane change there. Now, interesting to see this with this auto max speed thing. Now we do get a slowdown here at that sign, so it is 30 here, and back there where it was 35, it was going about 42, so 7 miles per hour over, which is, I would say, average for my area in terms of how people typically drive. And now 30 miles per hour here, and we're going about 7 over still. It was about 5, which I would prefer in this sort of area. But still, I think trying to maintain speed with the traffic in front of us. A left turn coming up here. We do have a left turn lane. Left blinker comes on. We do transition into the left lane. We do have a pedestrian walking, but the car didn't recognize him as walking in front of the vehicle, so it didn't need to slow down. Smooth left turn, no traffic whatsoever. Some slowdown here, no pedestrians in that crosswalk, so that I guess would fall under some phantom braking right there, because it did slow down for that crosswalk with nobody even on the sidewalk. Left-hand turn coming up here, blinker comes on, and we make a smooth left turn. Okay, so going to take over there, because that is a do not enter one way. FSD beta tried to turn into a do not enter. So because I did disengage there, unfortunately that wasn't a zero disengagement drive. I'm gonna whip it around here though and try to do the auto parallel park in that parking spot and see what happens. So now I'm creeping forward, FSD beta is not on, so it should identify this as a parking spot here, which it does not. Oh, there we go. So if I hit there, bring vehicle to a stop and start. So now it's going to parallel park in between these two cars. And I want to test this out because I've seen other videos where people do it where there's no other cars around. So really I want to test it like, you know, I know a lot of people don't like parallel parking, especially when there's a car in front of you and behind you. So let's see how good of a job the FSD beta does compared to a human driver in between two cars. And you can see that it's angled pretty significantly towards the curb now. Now pulling forward a little bit. And it's going to say that it is complete. So we can see over here, so we can see over here that it is on this little curb area. We do have a little bit of space behind us, and you can see up front, we do have a little bit space in front. I would say that this is pretty good, and you can kind of see from this little line here that we are within the parking arrows, although the road in front of us is curving this way, so it might look like the car is slightly to the left-hand side, although I think it is in this parking space based on these white lines on the ground pretty well. So nice job parallel parking in between two vehicles by the FSD beta. Okay, so here we are back in the car now. I haven't done anything. I haven't moved the car. We are still in our parallel parking spot. I'm gonna put my foot on the brake, that turns the car on. You can see we're routing to the next destination. If I put the car in drive, release my foot from the brake, there is no option for me to engage. Oh, and just as I say that, now the FSD beta steering wheel comes up here, so I can engage autopilot. Again, I haven't moved the car yet, so all I'm gonna do is a single pull down, and it should pull out of this parallel spot. So little surprised here, because I thought I was gonna have to manually pull out of the spot before I would see the FSD beta. I waited a second, and then it did pull in. You can see this person in front of me is parallel parking, and the car is stopping for them. They are doing a much worse job parallel parking than the FSD beta did. So good to see that. Now the FSD beta is creeping forward, and you can see the car depicted here on the center display, what the FSD beta is seeing. And again, the FSD beta did a much better job parallel parking than that particular driver. Right turn coming up here at this stop sign. And a cyclist passing in front of us. You can see the cyclist is blue on our touch screen. Full stop there. Right turn comes on. A little bit slow here. And it's going to accelerate through. Now we're going to pass the cyclist, so it's probably going to give it some room. You can see that it's kind of coming over here to the left, giving the cyclist plenty of room before coming up to this four-way stop. Green arrow, traffic is starting to move forward in front of us. Our left blinker is still on. Yellow, it did hesitate for a second, like pushed on the brakes and thought it was going to stop at that yellow, but it did decide to carry on through. Good job. Right lane change following this SUV in front of us. And at this next traffic light, we are going to make a right turn. Right turn signal does come on. It almost acted like it was going to go over the solid white line, and then it did make the right turn. Smooth right turn into a left turn. We're going to get in this short left-hand turn lane and turn into the parking lot. Very smooth left turn. Nice job. Now making another right turn before another left turn. And I'm interested to see if it's going slow enough, if some of these parking spots are going to pop up and we can just tap on the actual parking spot. But it's almost like, because we're in the FSD beta, it's not letting us hit any of these parking spots. So as soon as I put my foot on the brake, I disengage. You can see that these parking spots did pop up here, and it looks like I can rotate the map and see cars behind us, and then tap one of these parking spots here. My foot is on the brake right now, and then I'm gonna start. So you can see I'm about 3 back here. And there is a pedestrian, so it does stop. Nice job by the FSD beta. There was a mom helping a kid get in the car on this side, and it did end up stopping. So really nice job by the FSD beta. It looks like it's gonna pivot here potentially. Now moving forward. Just a hair, so we can get exactly in the center of this parking spot. Now we do have this blue line going backwards again, and so we can see that the car is going to go right in the center of this spot, and it does a really good job centering itself in between these parking lines here. So Autopark is complete, and other than me putting my foot on the brake and selecting a parking spot, no interventions by me, the driver. Okay, I'm back in the car now. The only thing I did was turn off the camera, leave the car, and come back in. So it automatically put the next destination in here, and I haven't done anything yet. So I'm gonna push my foot on the brake. That turns the car on, push the car into drive, release my foot from the brake, give it a second, because last time the steering wheel popped up and now it did again. So it is able to pull out of a parking spot. Previous FSD betas would not pull out of a parking spot. So really cool. Oh, really cool to see that. One pull down is going to turn on the FSD beta, and it is going to pull out of the parking spot pretty confidently. Some very cool additions with this 12.3.3. Right turn signal comes on. You probably have seen this before in some of my most recent tests. I have tested this same exact parking lot. Another slight stop here before this left-hand turn, and then we do have a stop sign coming up. Full stop here. It is clear, there is no traffic. We are trying to make a right-hand turn. I'm not sure why this left turn signal is still on. Now it looks like left turn signal is still on for some reason, making that right-hand turn. Into the right-hand lane, right turn signal is now on, and then we are going to make a full stop at this red traffic light before it will creep forward. Now we do get that creep forward. This traffic in front of us now has the green arrow. 2 lanes of that, so it looks like the FSD beta is choosing to wait here before it does continue on. Probably waiting for all this cross traffic to go. Now we do have a green arrow, and it does pull right out into this lane, and then making an immediate left lane change into the center lane, and once more into this left lane all the way over here. So pretty assertive, and I like to see that because that's the setting that we do have on, is assertive. Now I do want to say I've noticed with this FSD beta, it's really good at speed limit signs. So, school speed limit. So we're passing a school speed limit sign. I guess that was slightly a bad example because the light's turning red, but because the light was not flashing, this auto speed limit didn't adjust. So I have had a situation with this 12.3.3 that the school speed limit zone was on, the light was flashing, and the FSD beta recognized that and adjusted the speed accordingly to what was displayed on the sign. So really impressive to see. That has been one of my complaints for a while with the FSD beta, how it would not adjust the speed limit down when that light wasn't flashing. Now with this auto speed adjustment here, it is doing a much better job identifying when the school speed limit is in effect and when it is not in effect. Left turn coming up here, the left turn signal does come on. It is transitioning over into the left-hand lane really smoothly. No oncoming traffic, so it should just carry right through, which it does. Excellent job by the FSD beta. Now we are in an area where it does display 10 miles per hour is the speed limit. So this is a good example of where the max speed limit is adjusting it up, because it's kind of ridiculous to go 10 miles an hour right now with no pedestrians around. So 15 mile an hour, I think for me as a human, feels really safe in this current situation. It is slowing down now because we are entering a sort of roundabout area where we are going to be reaching our destination. So since we have reached our destination, it's going to stop right in front, and so I can't wait for the day when I can just get out of the car and it goes and finds a parking spot. Today is not that day. Okay, so back in the car now, the FSD beta, I'm gonna put it into drive. My foot is on the brake, release my foot from the brake, and it will have a steering wheel come up here, single pull will pull out of the parking spot now. Again, that's something new with this version of the FSD beta. Right turn signal comes on. A little bit of hesitation there crossing this bike lane, but it does make its way over into this right-hand turn lane. And because of this red light, oh, now the light's green, so we're gonna flow right through. No need to come to a full stop there. Now coming up here is a good example of what I was talking about with the school zone speed limit sign, so I hope it does do it correctly. You can see it's flashing here, 20 miles per hour school zone speed limit, and we just crossed that, and it did not slow down. So, and I am not able to manually slow it down either. And so now we are coming up here to this one, this second school zone speed limit sign, and it did slow down significantly. Now speeding back up a hair, but still slower than it was, and it almost identifies a school zone speed limit because it is going slower than the posted speed limit. I think trying to maintain that speed with the traffic in front of us here. Coming up here to the roundabout, there is no traffic in the roundabout, so it should just carry right through, which it does. Now taking the second exit out of the roundabout. Very smooth, excellent job. A little bit of slowdown there. It was able to see 2 dips, so it did end up slowing down there. Nice job by the FSD beta. I guess FSD Supervised is what I should be saying because it no longer says in the release notes FSD beta. Full stop here at the stop sign. We are going to be going straight ahead. No cross traffic. Now making a left-hand turn before we do reach our destination. So we have reached our destination here. You can see that it does not notice these parking spots over here. I am going to push my foot on the brake here, and then these parking spots will come up, and then I can tap on this parking spot and also swivel, just showing these 2 right now and barely showing this median that's right up here, and not showing any more parking spots. But we are going to start this Autopark. It is putting that left blinker on before it pulls forward to back into this parking spot. No traffic behind us, thankfully. The only obstacle here is that curb. You can see down here on the touch display the path of travel that the car is going to take. It looks like it's going to make one correction as it backs up, and it is mindful of that curb in front of us as well. So it looks like right about here it is going to pull forward a bit before backing up the rest of the way. You can see that that blue line back there is going to turn dark blue once it goes back into reverse. Getting really close to that curve in front of us. And now coming back, the Autopark parking directly in the middle of this parking spot and doing an excellent job of backing up. Okay, we have our next destination set. Put my foot on the brake. Now put it into drive. Release my foot from the brake, and we should have a steering wheel pop up here. There it is, single pull down. We're going to pull out. We do have a pedestrian here and another vehicle. Vehicle looks to be going straight. A little bit of hesitation there, some more hesitation there. And now it does decide to go. A little bit of hesitation there going into this right-hand turn lane, kind of ping-ponging a little bit. Light is turning red, so it is going to come to a full stop. It is clear, so we can make a right-hand turn, which the FSD does. Very smooth. So got to test a lot of the Autopark, including a parallel, mostly backing in. It looks like the FSD prefers to back in, along with this new FSD beta 12.3.3, which it is doing a fantastic job in my opinion. It is super smooth in some situations, and it is now somewhat, I would say, most of the time recognizing the school zone speed limit sign when it is flashing and when it is not flashing, and adjusting the max auto speed accordingly. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. I will be doing more testing on this 12.3.3. This was just a quick video with the software update. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. Share this video with a friend, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
'Cause I've been living life right like I